Welcome everybody again to D&D. The last few times we were playing the Unbroken, eventually made themselves back to Esseron, had some talks with the king, and got their names cleared. Doing so caused them to get a new mission, a new quest, and this one seems much more bigger and dire. Is that Esseron, as well as many people around Celestia, are staging this attack against Blackstone and the Black Hand. They've had enough of this organization that's done nothing but destroy, leave a path of destruction in its path, and just behind them. And so the Unbroken has decided to sail not by sea but by air, by sky. They have taken one of technology's newest creations, a sky ship named the Endless Horizon. They met their captain, Edison Newman, who kind of tried to teach them a little bit of how the ship runs and works. And they met another individual named Verona Sonixia, who was interested in learning about each character, knowing that they were going to spend many days here. After a couple of days of flight, the Unbroken realizes they're not headed in the right direction, or at least the direction that they were heading into. They come to find out that Edison was told that they were moving kind of a northeast direction and then coming back down south because they felt that that was a safer option than heading south to Icladon. So, with all of that, they one day are traveling by flight. Everything seems normal until they notice some figures making their way towards their ship. The Unbroken quickly establishes a game plan. As we can see on the map, this is kind of where we left off. We had Leaf hiding in a barrel, short enough to do so. We had Ran, I believe, was headed down into the hole, or just hiding just in the stairs there, with Bass, Frederick up in the crow's nest, and Corin, who is currently disguised as Cephas. He used a disguised self last time to make himself look like Cephas. One of the individuals riding what seems to be a griffin boarded the ship, left his griffin basically latched onto the rails, and he makes his way over to Edison, who's currently at the stern of the ship, and demands Edison to hand the ship over to them because now, according to him, this is now the Black Hand's property. At which Edison kind of was refusing, trying to think his way out of this before Leaf jumps up out of a barrel and throws a dagger. That is where we start tonight.
Oh, the music.
So we are going to go straight into combat. So I am going to get our turn order going here.
Click your tokens.
Yep. Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Hold on. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Did mine not register?
It may not have.
Doesn't look like it.
I'll fix
Oh,
it.
I'm on the wrong thing.
I'll fix it. Okay. My Discord is being kind of weird in my OBS, but okay. We'll figure it out. So Leaf, go ahead and roll to hit against this guy with advantage.
With advantage? Okay, I'm just gonna have to roll it twice.
Okay, sorry.
Wow. Wow.
How do I get the exact same roll on all of it?
Magic.
I don't know.
Obviously, her dice are loaded in the wrong way.
That's questionable for sure. Okay. It has been an active minute since I've used this platform, so just give me a moment. That's good.
There's a natural 20.
Verona knows what she's doing. Alright, and then now I will roll for all of the bad guys.
Ooh, baddies.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just moving this guy so I can add him on the turn list.
I have done that before. I feel for you.
Like, come on.
I really
man.
wish they made it do the thing like a lot of menus do where it drops it down instead of up when it's too high, you know?
Yeah,
That would be a nice quality of life change.
it really would be. Oh, that's a GM roll. Alright, so this first guy.
Why are you rolling with yourself?
Music's a little loud. Okay. I mean, I'm getting different numbers every time.
Just bad luck on my part. It's fine. I mean, you're not really. You're getting 20s.
That's 2 20s, yeah.
Okay. And then I'll have each mount, because they seem to be controlled by the individual, to act on the turn of each person.
Don't forget about Corin.
Thank you. Man, I gotta get his thing up here. Man. Oh!
There we go.
Very nice.
Okay. Everybody's rolled for. So, starting at the top of the round with the first attack coming from Leaf as kind of a surprise attack. Leaf rolled a 12. Let me get my stat blocks out. So I made it to where I moved all my stat blocks on my other screen, so I'm not flooding stream with everything. Unfortunately, that does miss. So, as you jump up out of this barrel and you throw your first knife, you watch as it actually just flies past the Warforged and actually bounces off of the wheel. Edison just kind of looks down and you see the individual turn around. You guys notice this sword that's kind of protruded from the arm of this Warforged character. And as he looks over at you, Leaf, immediately his eyes turn to a red, as if it's not very happy. Immediately just kind of focuses its attention on you. You watch as Edison then pulls one of a blade of his own. And you see it also for the rest of you that Verona does as well. Alright. Alright, we'll start at the top of the round with Corin. Corin is currently dressed up like Cephas. And so he is currently kind of observing the battlefield. He notices a lot of these flying creatures. He's gonna just kind of make himself keep himself on the side over here. It seems like he's preparing a spell of some sort, while trying to keep himself hidden as best as he can in his disguise. He makes himself over to the side of the ship. And let's see. He's gonna hold his action until he sees something else happen. Next up is Frederick. You are up in the crow's nest.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how, if I can jump to right there. Is that possible? And how high up am I? I think you said I was 20 feet up last time, but I don't remember if we.
Yeah, I believe you're 20 feet up.
Okay.
So to jump across, there's about a maybe 10-foot gap of difference.
Okay.
So you could attempt a jump.
Because I think when I'm looking at when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet. Oh wait. Yeah. So okay, I'm trying to make sure I could do this without needing like a running jump. You know, I'll do this. I'm going to jump up off of the crow's nest, and you're gonna watch as lightning curls and shoots out from my back into these two dragon-like wings, and I'm basically just gonna glide myself down all the way up right in front of this guy, and then I'm going to use my new weapon. Actually, hold on. I'm not gonna move up right in front. I'm gonna move up right there because I have a reach of 10 feet with my new weapon, at least with the rope dart portion. Okay, let's see if I put this in correctly. I tried putting the weapon actually into the thing, so I'm not just rolling dice.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna try it. Rope dart has a 20 to hit with 9 piercing damage.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. My second attack is a 27 to hit for 8 piercing damage.
That also hits.
And then I'm gonna using my bonus action to do an unarmed strike, which with my weapon I can use my rope dart for. So good. That's a 21 to hit. That's 6 points of damage.
Perfect. All three hit.
So you watch as, like, again, the lightning explodes out my back, these two dragon-like wings, as I glide down, and as soon as I land on the ground, I kind of do a tumble and roll, and as I roll, I throw and kick the dart up above me straight towards the guy, stabs him, pulls it back, and then kind of does another fling of it under my leg, shooting it back towards him a few more times.
Okay. So for some of you that would see this, you see all of this happen, immediately striking the Warforged individual. And as you do, you watch as, rather than what would normally be like blood and things like that, you just see what almost like you're scratching up this metal, and you're basically, you could kind of see bits and pieces of the shards of metal and plating kind of just fall off of this creature. You can almost even feel it as you're striking against it. It's a different force to strike against, but you see that you're making purchase. Oops. There we go. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
All right.
I don't want to use all my key points just yet.
Right. Okay. He is still standing. However, he is shocked by this display of just raw strength. Wasn't expecting it at all. All right, Leaf.
I think for now she's just gonna kind of like scramble out of the barrel so that she can move around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Would be a dexterity check.
Okay. And then she's gonna just start throwing daggers at this guy.
Okay. Go for it. You scramble out of the barrel quickly. That hits.
And second attack.
Both hit. You guys are rolling great today.
Not rigged anymore.
All above 20 so far.
That's right. All right.
Don't jinx it.
You throw both daggers.
I'm
and as
knocking
you do,
on wood right now.
I knocked on wood.
Both of you, you watch as these both of these daggers fly in the air and strike into basically the torso of this individual. You watch as the red lights begin to blink profusely, and as it does, they both kind of go out. And as they do, this thing just kind of crumples down to the ground, standing no chance against your attacks.
Dang it, I should have done the thing that I wanted to do. Okay.
Wait, so he's already like done, or
Yeah, he's lights out. He's gone.
I just quickly reach over and give Leaf a high five. But man, we're just too badass.
All right. Oh. All right, next up is a bandit captain who is currently flying on what you all have noticed to be a wyvern. You watch as... Let me grab this stat block here. Okay. You watch as the wyvern begins to get close to the ship carrying this guy. Kind of latches on to the side of the ship here. And then this guy is going to take his time getting off of the wyvern and boarding the ship. That's all he's able to do on his turn. Next up is Verona, who, as she's watching this wyvern come forward, she's chasing after him. She's going to run up. And you watch with a what looks like a short sword in hand, she rushes up to try and strike this guy. Ooh, rolling a 9. Let's see. Which misses. She attempts to strike. You watch, he was too ready for it. That'll be her turn. Next up is another bandit captain. This time on this side. Also going to latch his wyvern onto the side of the ship, and he is also going to jump off. However, you watch as he makes his way over to this crystal here. He takes a sword and he's attempting to strike the crystal with a scimitar. Seeming like he's done so, he strikes it, and there's a slight crack that happens that kind of forms around this crystal, and this now blue fume is almost spraying out of the crack of this crystal now. You see he's just looking at it and he feels really proud about it. That's all he's gonna do on his turn. And because he's done so, you can actually see now. There's this fume kind of coming out of the ship.
I think
Next
I'm supposed
up.
to do that.
Next up. This guy is going to fly just here, almost getting to the rail, but not quite. Bass, it's your turn.
Alrighty. That looks. So does the crystal look like it's just?
It
I don't
looks.
know, is it working at all, or is it just leaking?
It seems like it's still glowing. It seems like it's just leaking out this fume, this magic.
Okay.
Maybe the ship doesn't seem to have changed much so far, but it does seem like that strike has done some kind of damage.
Okay. In that case, S is gonna walk up to the stairs here, and then as a for my action, I'm gonna good old mind sliver here.
Okay. Mind sliver. Which one?
So he makes an intelligence saving throw. It's a cantrip.
Okay.
Basically, I'm doing a psychic attack on him there.
I got you.
And if he fails on the saving throw, he will take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract a 1d4 from his next saving throw. He's a 16, so he succeeds.
Okay.
Nothing happened. No effect happened since he succeeds. So then, for my bonus action, I am going to. Bass is gonna point his flail at the bandit and say, "Your fight's with me, sir." As he uses compelled duel.
Ah, okay.
There's a wisdom saving throw now.
We're gonna make
Sorry,
him
I get to roll
fail
a bunch
one
of
way
saving
or
throws.
another. No, that's okay. Oh!
Oh.
Alrighty.
Maybe not.
Alright, that will mark my turn then.
Okay.
It might compel him to a duel anyway, you know.
It might work. Okay, you watch as on the right side of the map, looks like a griffin and another warforged are making their way towards the ship. It's now Ranwarden's turn.
Okay. This guy right here, he's still up in the air. He's not boarded yet, right?
Which guy? I'm sorry?
Middle
Yes.
guy on the bottom.
Yes, that guy is still currently riding his mount in the air, making his
Okay.
way downward to the ship.
Okay. Is he over the ship or is he out in the open air?
He's still out in the open air.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am... I'm going to cast Banishment at 5th level. I am going to target the Griffin for this guy here. And I'm going to target the bandit attacking the crystal.
Okay.
So it is a
Charisma saving.
charisma saving throw spell save of 17.
Choosing this guy out of all of them, who's been doing so good. Let's see what happens.
So this guy, I want the Griffin for the 1, and then the guy that's attacking the crystal.
Wait, which one are you targeting?
So at 5th level, I can target 2. And so the guy that's
Oh, that's
attacking
right.
the crystal,
Okay,
and
I'm
then
sorry.
the guy that's over here that's within 60 feet of me.
Right. Okay.
So this guy over here, I want to target his mount.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right, so we're going to do this guy attacking the crystal first. He's going to make his charisma save. And fails. And then the mount...
Oof.
also fail. Which plane of existence do you want to send them to?
So it sends him to a harmless one, I believe.
it sends them to a harmless one. What
okay.
What is considered a harmless one?
It's basically just empty space.
Yeah, probably like that.
Astral plane.
Astral
Astral
plane.
sea. Let them just float there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
Peanut
you
butter
guys,
fellows.
you guys watch for a moment. Some of you may be looking at the one fighting the crystal who Bass is currently running up towards, and this other one that is making his way to the ship. The one that's fighting the crystal, it's kind of got a sword back, going for another swing on the crystal, and all of a sudden, it just disappears. He's just gone. While this mount also disappears. This guy begins to free fall. Like his mount is gone. He's making his way in. He's gonna try and make a acrobatics check to just just land and grab onto the side of the ship. So let's see. He doesn't. You watch as Ran, as you catch the spell, you watch his mount disappears, and he's going, and he just slams at the side of the ship, and he seems to fall. You don't see him again.
Like this is the perfect time to hear the Wilhelm scream.
Yep.
All right, very nice.
And with that, I am going to use my 30 feet of movement to get right here.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
All right. Next up is going to be Edison, who is currently holding the ship kind of in place. He kind of yells out to you, "Protect the crystals! If they knock these crystals down, the ship will go all the way to the ocean, or to the water." And he kind of holds onto the stern a little bit. You can see he seems to be almost trying to stabilize it himself. He actually stays right where he's at. He's going to try and control the ship. So that's going to be his turn. This guy's dead. However, his mount is still alive. You watch as his mount, after he is killed, the griffin immediately notices Leaf and is attempting to grab you, Leaf. As it flies in, you see its like its legs, its claws coming towards you to try and pick you up. It's going to have you make a dexterity saving throw against its strength.
For grappling, usually you can use
what
athletics
is-
and acrobatics, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. I was trying to look at it from a monster's perspective. So it's probably going to use dexterity, and you can use your athletics, Leaf.
They do give monsters skills. It's just usually they're not proficient in a lot of them.
Yeah.
It'd probably still use strength for the griffin.
Oh, strength? Okay.
It's the one doing the grabbing.
That's true. He's going to use strength. We'll have you do your... I believe it's your athletics to get away from it. Am I right on that, Jermaine?
Or whatever.
But
you're
yeah,
using.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
if you're the escaper, can use can use
Either
acrobatics or athletics. Yep.
Okay, either or. So whichever one is higher.
Acrobatics.
Woo.
All right. So you
Already
watch...
Gotcha.
You watch Frederick right in front of you as this griffin latches on to Leaf and doesn't get more than maybe 5 feet up off the ground before needing to end its turn there. But you see it now. Leaf is being pulled off of the ground. Leaf, you feel the claws almost dig into your shoulders, and you're now being hoisted up off the ground.
Wait, so is it starting to fly up?
Yeah, it seems like it's picked her up and now it's like flapping its wings downward to go up. But it's only maybe 5 feet up off the ground by the time it's ending its turn. So we are starting at the top of the round with Corin. Corin, noticing that Ran has just used banishment. It seems like none of them has noticed Corin yet. So Corin now is going to use his own version of banishment to target, let's see. As he makes his way this way. It's going to use banishment. As a level 4 spell. Against this griffin to try and keep this guy from boarding. This griffin is going to make a, I believe it was charisma,
Yeah, it's charisma. Yep.
which is a fail. You guys ran. You may notice as Corin runs past you, maybe not as excellent as you because he only does it to 1. He looks over at this griffin, takes a moment, utters some words before this griffin seems to just disappear completely with nowhere for this guy to go, too long of a jump, he begins to free fall into the sky. Before you just don't see him again. And that would be Corin's turn. Frederick.
Move?
He did. He moved over here. He was over here.
Okay.
He moved to get in range.
I immediately see as Leaf gets picked up by the burb. So I start you see as I switch from the rope dart side to the meteor hammer side, and I just start swinging this heavy metal ball. I'd say at that point you actually start to see the ogre gauntlets give off like a slight glow, because now I'm starting to try and use those. As I then like, no, bad birdie, swing it towards it.
Okay.
It's a 16 hit.
Let's see. Bad birdie. That hits.
Oh yes, awesome. Yeah. So I'm gonna just smack it across the face with the meteor hammer, and as it swings back, I kind of let the rope go a little bit before catching it, and then swinging it back to throw the rope dart twice.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That
5 piercing.
definitely hits.
And that last one is 14 for 7 piercing.
14 also hits.
Yes!
So you are smacking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I'm going right for the eyes.
Okay. So 5, 10, so 15 total? Or I'm sorry, 17 total.
Yes, 17.
All right, you start to wail on this, and you can hear it kind of cawing at you, not excited about it getting attacked, and you can see that you've started to open up wounds on its body. However, it's still holding on to Leaf. As Leaf, you're starting to be flung about as Frederick has begun to attack this beast.
Are my hands free at all?
Your hands are free. Your speed is just 0. You should still be able to, I think, attempt an attack at disadvantage. Let me read it really quick.
I believe when you're grappled, the only thing you can do is take an action to try and get ungrappled.
Grappled creature's speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Condition ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler.
Oh, you can still attack while grappled. You can.
Yeah, it looks like you still can, and it doesn't. I would assume it would probably be at disadvantage. It doesn't say that, but maybe that's restrained.
No, I think restrained is the one where you can't attack or anything like that. Grapple, I think, yeah, it's at disadvantage, but you can still attack.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So this creature has been wounded. It is now Leaf's turn. You are grappled. You're being lifted maybe 5 feet up off the ground. What would you like to do?
I am going to... Quick question for you, Mr. DM. Is my cape a bonus action to use it, or is it a full action?
What's your cape?
My the dimension door. That's what I was trying to...
The cape of the, what is it, the mountebank? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
It's a good question. I believe it's bonus, actually. I'll double check.
As an action.
When you can cast the as an action. Just an action, sorry.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and click disadvantage, and I'm going to try to just stab the crap out of this thing's leg or whatever I can reach. So I'm gonna do my 2 attacks.
Okay.
So 15. Is it within?
That hits.
Is it within 5 feet of?
Technically, yes.
So
Although, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah.
Because I mean,
by the
Freddy
rules,
is attacking it.
that is true. Go for
If
it.
you don't want to give
say-
it to me, it's fine.
No, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Click the other side.
Chris is saying grappling isn't at a disadvantage. Technically, it doesn't say that. So I guess after this round, we'll run it like normal attacks. Because restrained actually is disadvantage.
So that's 20 for sneak
20
attack.
damage. Okay, oh my
So
gosh.
it's 27 total so far.
It's kind of crazy. Okay. You watch, this thing is hurting.
And I'm going to attack it again. I already had my disadvantage clicked.
It's okay.
So it doesn't.
That hits.
So 8 more.
All right.
And then if it is still alive, I'm going to dimension door, or I'm going to action surge and dimension door the heck out of there.
Okay. It is still alive. It's looking, you've cut up its legs very badly. You actually were able to reach up and get a good cut kind of up on its like back leg as well. Upper like thigh as it's kind of flailing about. You're able to just kind of get thrown up to give a good stab up there kind of in the hind.
And I'm not going too far. I'm literally gonna go right here.
Okay.
And then, so it says you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus.
Okay. What's your, are you wanting to do a possible bonus?
No, I can't because my fighting has to be if I attack with the first action.
Okay.
So, no, that's it.
All right. So you are flailing about, stabbing this thing a couple times. You notice that it's still holding on to you, maybe loosening its grip just slightly. So you do the only thing you know that you can do left in the situation without being hoisted up, thrown off the side, who knows what. Take your cape and just are able to pull it over you for a moment as you disappear from the, just kind of from Frederick's view for a moment, almost like the smoke kind of billows away, and you come through this door right next to the stern where Edison's looking, and he's kind of like wide-eyed looking at you, and he's just kind of nodding his head in agreement, like that was pretty cool. And now this griffin squawking and crying seems to be focused on Frederick now. All right, Bandit Captain. This guy is currently trying to fight Verona. He's going to make an attack against her with his scimitar, which does hit. She takes 5 points of slashing. He's going to make another attack. And that time misses as they engage in sword-to-sword combat. However, his mount is also going to go. You guys see this wyvern, something you haven't encountered before. Basically, very dragon-like. As it roars about, it flies in and goes for a bite. Oh, hitting for 14 damage. And then you also notice as soon as it finishes biting, its tail, which some of you haven't noticed before, kind of whips around, and as it whips around, it's not really going for a whip attack. Rather, there appears to be a large stinger on the end of it, very scorpion-like, as it goes in to try and sting or pierce Verona. Oof. Not good. Hitting her for 6 piercing plus 20 poison damage.
You get the con save for the poison damage at
Oh yeah,
least.
that's right. Con save. Yikes. 10. That's a fail. So she's taking a total of 26 damage. You hear her cry out in agonizing pain as she was just struck by this wyvern, almost falling to a knee for a moment, but then standing back up. You can tell that she's in deep pain. She's taken a lot of damage. That's all that he's going to do. It is now Ferona's turn. You watch as she grips her short sword and begins to make several attacks against the bandit. That one hitting. She makes another attack. That one not hitting, unfortunately, as she swings the second time, almost falling down, losing her footing. She seems to be struggling. That'll be her turn. Bass.
Bass is gonna be like looking back and forth between kind of the fight, you know, up here and then the fight down there. And seeing Verona kind of getting hammered by the two over yonder, he's gonna turn back around.
Okay. Or like sorted.
Yep. Wyvern, yeah, Wyvern's latched onto the railing. Okay, so I believe this will also affect. Yeah, I'm gonna. Bass is gonna kind of point his flail in the direction of the three over here, and he's going to cast web.
Web. Okay.
So it's a 20-foot cube. I'll make
I'm gonna make a little cube
a
for me.
square here, and he's gonna kind of have it like kind of attached on the railing to kind of give it an anchor.
Okay.
That should be 20.
All right, and then these three. Well, this Ferona's probably not affected by it, right? You can
It will.
choose-
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
it
well.
actually will affect her.
Okay.
It just says each creature that says its turn in the web or enters during this turn has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the wyvern then. And then we'll do Verona.
DC is 16.
Oh, Verona succeeds. And then the bandit. Okay, perfect. So you shoot this web that kind of begins to form over the railing and kind of on some of the ropes there that begin to catch this wyvern and the bandit kind of stuck in its place. However, Feroda sees it coming and she's able to just dodge out of the way and avoid getting caught in this web.
And so those who fail the saving throw are restrained, and they can
Perfect.
make a strength check on their turn as an action to break free.
Okay. Restrain, that's awesome.
Yeah,
All
Bass
right.
is like, please stop hitting Verona.
Okay, restrained. That's awesome.
Yep, and that'll be Bass's turn. I will note for Verona, it will like when she starts her turn, she is starting her turn in the web, so she will have to roll again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Ran Warren.
Is this lattice work here in the middle? Is that something I can traverse?
Yes, yes. It's just kind of part of the ship.
So I can cut across like this to here.
Yes, yeah, you can move across it.
I would like to stay out of the webbing, so I would kind of like to go here and then from here to here. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't enter that square.
Ram will run past. Yeah, shouting out to Corin, handle the last rider. And I'm gonna go to here. And I am going to attack with my mace
Okay.
with advantage because this person is restrained.
That is correct.
So
Teamwork.
quick question about the banishment. When they return, do they return to the exact same place that they
Yes.
were, or will they return to the place that they were on the ship? Because we're still moving.
Well, we're not moving right now.
No, we're
Currently
stopped
not
right now.
moving. Yeah.
The ship is stopped right now.
However, as long as Ran and Corn don't lose concentration after a minute, they'll be banished forever.
Well, only if they're not from this plane.
They're from this plane, so they will remain.
Oh,
They
okay.
come
Okay.
back if they're from this
Yeah.
plane. Yep.
Sorry.
Um,
Thought I knew banishment, but I don't.
I think that's a different
Of course.
spell that does that.
Yeah,
no,
I-
banishment does it. So banish if they are from a different realm. So say you have a fire elemental, you have a demon from another realm, something like that. If you banish it, and the banishment's successful, and the banishment lasts the full minute, they do not come back. They are stuck on their realm.
I know. I thought there was another spell that does that, but like you can banish them to basically any plane. Doesn't have to be their home one, and then they can get stuck there. But maybe I'm wrong on that one.
No, I think you might be right that there's something else.
I feel like it's definitely like a much stronger spell, but similar to banish. Anyways,
Neither of those hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, both of those miss.
I
Well,
am
not
going
one
to.
misses.
I'm going to throw out spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Right here on the railing,
Okay.
and have it attack the bandit captain in between us.
Let's draw a cool little shape. All right, right here on the railing, you say? I'm actually going to change
Yep.
the color. I can't do that. We'll do this color. Okay. All right. You watch as this mace kind of forms up from out of thin air. And as it appears, it does strike it, and I believe it's at advantage.
I'll just roll again then.
Okay. We'll take that first damage if it hits. Which it does. Dealing 13 points of damage against the
Same amount of
wyvern.
damage both times. Nice. All right, I need to.
You watch as this large creature seems almost unaffected by it, with just how big it is and strong that this creature is.
No, sorry, not the wyvern, the captain.
Oh, the captain, my bad.
Yep. So I hope 21 still hits.
It does.
Okay.
All right, yeah, he takes a big punch to the face with this mace, just clocking him, but he can't move because he's stuck in the web. So he just kind of takes it. Doing his best to try and dodge, he's just not able to. Okay, anything else, Rand?
No, that is my turn.
Okay. Edison currently watching the wyvern that's off to his right, and also the griffin kind of yells to Leaf, who's just standing nearby. We have to make sure that these wyverns don't attack these crystals. He says, I'll do my best to hold the ship where we are, but it's gonna get difficult if those crystals go down. And he seems like he's really trying to hold the stern. as if there's some sort of maybe force being pushed against it or something. He seems like he's really holding on to it. Again, that's all he's doing on his turn.
Okay.
Okay, next up will be... where's this guy? Oh, he's dead. Okay, but his mount is still alive. Frederick, you now see this griffin is looking at you and is upset with you attacking it. So, you watch as it comes down at you with its beak.
Misses.
Tries to hit you with its beak, but misses, so it comes around and attempts to strike you with its claws.
Ow, that hurts.
12 slashing damage as you feel this large just slashing across your basically your ribs and whatnot, tearing your clothing and exposing some of your skin.
Yep, that sucks.
All right.
Oh, actually, sorry. Since he does that, I forgot I had this. Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. As a reaction?
I had that. Yes. And he takes 2d10 lightning damage because I reflavor my character.
That's right.
A
bit of a different hellish rebuke, but yes.
Oh, that's late. Is that? Yes, that's what I wanted. So 15 points of lightning damage. As he claws into me, lightning just kind of shocks up through his little talons.
Okay. I believe he's got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does he? Oh, yes.
It says so, yep.
If he succeeds, he takes half. Which... Why does it say DC 0? That is not... Hold on.
I was a little
It's
confused.
probably because you don't have a spell casting stat on the
Oh,
spell.
that's right. Figure out what that
It
is.
should
What is
say, like,
called-
from the racial feature, should say what stat you use for the spell. Probably charisma, I'd say, because you're tiefling. They usually go with charisma. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so mine would be... Hold on, my charisma's 15. I have a modifier of 2. I thought I had this beforehand, because I know I did this before. Let me pull up my D&D Beyond sheet, because I know I have it on that one.
Okay.
He's cross-checking his sources, smart man.
All right, one sec. My Discord's
Yeah,
acting a bit weird. I'm going to close it and then rejoin.
Yeah, looking it up, it should be 8 plus charisma modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Okay.
You can still double check it to be safe.
Is it 3d10?
All right, just trying to fix this difficulty here.
So the deck save is 13.
Okay, so he does make it.
Yes. He still takes half. So
We'll take 8. So you watch as the Talon, you fire this lightning up, and it's able to dodge some of it as much as it can. However, the lightning that shoots up through it, you watch as its talons are shocked, and it's struggling to hover as it then falls and crashes to the ground. You seemingly killed this griffin.
we have fried chicken tonight.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That was just my reaction.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, so
Yeah, this
that was the
griffin was attacking
turn.
you. Sorry, I was trying to fix this stuff. Okay, yeah, griffin dies right before you kind of feel the shake as it hits the ground. All right, top of the round. It's Corin. He's kind of keeping his eye out over here. He is going to make his way over to this ballista. and he's kind of shouting, "I don't know how to use this, but I'm gonna try," as he mounts the what looks like ballista and begins to load it with a bolt. And that is going to take an action. He's loading this thing with a bolt. He believes he can get it done in time. All right, Frederick, you just reactively killed this griffin.
Perfect. I'm then going to run all the way towards this wyvern, knowing he's probably going to start attacking this crystal. So I'm then going to fling my rope dart towards it, striking it 3 times.
Okay.
First one, a 19 hits, a 27 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
All right, max damage, and then
So,
that roll.
okay, so yeah, it's got it. Huh? No, and it went away. I think it was 8. 8 was the first roll, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it was. All right, one sec. Sorry, stream. We're trying to fix this.
I'm blinking
Hello?
out.
We
You
can
there?
hear you.
We hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. Hello. Okay.
I think that's 14 points of damage.
Okay. For the natural 20 was 14.
Yes.
Perfect. On top of that original 8.
And then that's 11 to hit on that last one for 8 points.
Yeah, that's a miss.
But as flavor, I'm gonna for at least the first 2, I'm gonna imbue my draconic strike into both of them. And so when I throw the rope dart, you watch as almost like a lightning strike. Lightning spirals its way up through the rope and up into the wyvern. At least for those first 2.
Okay.
It just changes it from piercing damage to lightning damage.
Okay. So some of you notice as Frederick runs straight up to this wyvern and he begins to attack this wyvern. And as he does, his strikes, you can almost see like lightning kind of shooting off of his strikes in just random directions. You watch as the wyvern is almost slapped and cracked a couple times as it kind of has this low growl as it kind of flashes between you and the crystal. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Leaf.
So Leaf is going to make her way over here by the stairs. And as she's going, she's gonna be throwing daggers at this thing and kind of taunting it to distract it from the crystal a little bit.
Okay, go for it. That's a hit. And that is another hit.
Woo! And I don't get sneak attack because Frederick's like 10 feet away.
That is correct. Wah, wah. You throw 2 daggers that make its purchase into parts of the wings of the dragon, and as it does, you do watch as your daggers sift away into nothing as they then appear at your hips again, as part of the magic nature of your daggers and your belt.
And like as she's walking over, she's gonna be like, "You're such an ugly little worm. What are you even doing here? You don't belong here." Just like
Okay.
everything she can think of to like get this thing to focus on her instead of the crystal.
Okay. All right. Next up is the bandit captain in the web, who is going to make his spend his action trying to break out of this web with a strength strength saving throw.
Yeah, it's strength now. Yep.
Okay.
DC is still 16.
Rolled a 9. He's still restrained. So he can't really do anything there. His mount, the Wyvern, is also going to attempt to break out. Just can't. That web is pulling them down and keeping them tight. They're unable to do anything. Verona now.
You will have to make a save and throw sudden or turn in the web.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Dexterity for this one. Sorry, Verona. That's how the spell works. Hey,
She makes a
made it.
16. She saw this web coming and she is familiar with it. She is doing her best to not get caught up in it. She is being very careful, very, very careful around this web. And she kind of looks to maybe join next to Ran as she is escaping the web, but staying within enough range to strike this captain.
And it is difficult terrain, but she should have enough movement. She'll be fine.
Yeah, that would have been 20 feet. All right, she's going to attack this captain one time for 7 piercing. And she rears back and strikes again for another 8. She kind of looks over to you, Ran. You can kind of just see the actual wounds that she suffered. There's a large gaping hole that kind of comes in through her lower side from the stinger that seems to have made its way, as well as you can see blood's kind of coming. What seems like somewhere around her shoulder, kind of up out of her neck area. She isn't looking good, and she kind of like looking at you, but also looking at the bandit, just trying to almost protect you in a way, but also work together. That's what she spends her turn doing. That guy is still not here. He's banished. Bass.
Alrighty, Bass is going to just walk away. How roughed up is the wyvern that's not webbed?
He's taken some damage. He's taken some licks, but overall he still seems pretty strong.
I'm gonna trust them with that one, and I'm gonna stay where I am at the moment. Bass is gonna point his flail at the wyvern.
Okay.
As he prepares to cast this spell.
And Bass ends his turn. You fiend.
I'm gonna taunt you. Bass just like kind of chants the words and kind of points to shoot guiding bolt and just kind of mutters under his breath, "Please work." So I make a ranged spell attack. Alright, so that's just I get my spell attack bonus is an 8. So I'll just roll 1d20 plus 8 here. That'd be a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Alright, so he takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll against the wyvern before the end of my next turn has advantage, with the little nice dim golden light kind of glittering around the wyvern as the spell impacts. That's 14 radiant damage.
14, awesome. This is the first time this guy's actually been hit. So you watch as this streak of lightning or this bolt of electricity just shoots from Bass and connects. And as it does, Ran, Verona, and if Corin were to look back, I guess as well as Frederick and Leaf, although your focus is elsewhere, you would see the shimmering glow that kind of appears on the dragon, making him easier to hit. Although, since he's webbed, he's already...
Yeah, he still gives the advantage when attacked, yeah.
But anyway.
So I guess if he breaks out of the webbing,
that's true.
Insurance. For one hit. But yeah, that will
We'll do it
Bass
for
will
Bass.
walk up a little bit just so he can get closer in case he's needed.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll just be at the edge of the web, and I do have an eye icon over my character, just a reminder I am holding concentration to keep the web up,
Okay. Perfect.
and that'll be my turn.
Ran.
It's Frida.
Verona.
That's her name. Verona.
Verona.
Whatever.
Frida.
She's looking bad off.
She seems pretty hurt.
Okay. We're going to start. Rand's going to kind of like edge in between her and the guard captain and reach back with his free hand until he grasps her, and he is going to cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that is 26 points of healing plus additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So that was what, 26? 32 healing total.
Okay. All right.
Is she still poisoned?
So she doesn't actually stay poisoned. It's just part of
Okay.
the. It's just damage. It's just poison
Yeah.
damage.
There's
Yeah,
two types of poison. There's the poison status and
Yes,
the poison
yeah.
damage, which is kind of weird because they don't really specify it that well.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I would have cast this at 3rd level. I'm going to use my bonus action to have the spiritual weapon attack the guard captain.
Okay. All right, and that hits for 6 more force. Watches again. He's just getting getting hit by this mace. Somehow still alive, but taking it, he kind of spits out some blood and maybe a couple teeth as he is trying his best to break free from the webs.
And as my turn ends, Rand's going to look over his shoulder real quick to see if he can see Corn at all.
So you look up.
Cephas Corn.
Yeah, you
Cephin.
you notice Cephas, who you remember to be just Corn disguised, as he seems to have just finished putting a bolt in, and he's kind of got his hands up on kind of this ballista, and he's starting to turn it some as he's trying to aim with it.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. It's now Edison, who is currently kind of keeping an eye out for anything else. He is watching Frederick and Leaf. His weapon, he has it on the ground right next to him, but he seems like if he needed to be called upon, he would come and help. But at this moment, he's just kind of watching Frederick and Leaf and trying to maintain control of the ship. All right, right before Corn's turn, this guy way on the right outside begins to make his way into the map. He flies 20 feet, not able to get far enough, but in perfect range for Corrin as he's making his way forward. We'll go ahead and throw his... Alright, it is now Corrin's turn. Corrin, who's currently on this ballista, he is going to make a ranged weapon attack with it against the Griffin to try and kill the Griffin. So, it is going to be... 22, which does hit. So this will be 3d10 piercing damage. So 17 points of damage against the griffin. As this ballista is launched, all of you can hear it after it gets launched. As it strikes the griffin, you can kind of hear it as it begins to flail about. Oops. However, the Warforged is able to hold on for the moment, for the time being. Corin is looking like he's trying to maybe get another bolt in, but at the same time, he may not do that on his next turn, as this thing's going to be getting closer to him.
But I've already started attacking this guy, so that's another 3 rope darts to the face.
Okay.
That's the first one. That's 25 to hit, 10 piercing damage.
That hits.
That is a 26 to hit with another 10 for what is going on.
Okay. Keep it going.
Another 10, but that was only 10 to hit.
Jeez. What are the odds?
That is still 20 points of piercing damage.
All right. Well, 2 of those do hit for 20 points. As you strike it a couple more times, you can see it's starting to show signs of damage, as you've definitely shown it who's boss.
Heck yeah. Actually, let's see. You know what? No, I'll keep that. I'll keep that how it is.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf is just gonna keep, like, walking her way down the stairs a little bit, still throwing daggers at this thing.
Okay.
And that. And as she's going down the stairs, she's gonna yell at, like, the top of her lungs, "Edison, get us moving!"
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So another 19, 11, 12. 13 points of damage against that wyvern. Gotta use a calculator because I suck at math. Okay.
I feel that.
All right, you watch as the daggers again strike, and you're starting to see a lot of just impalements that you guys have made. The dragon's looking, or not, I should say the wyvern's looking rough. As now it's almost struggling to keep itself aloft and also on the side of the ship. Next up, Bandit Captain, who is still stuck on the web, is going to make an attempt to get out. $16.
That would succeed as a reaction. No, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. Nope. My reaction is watching him break free of the webbing. With
Okay. So you watch as he finally just rips through some of the threads of the webs, and finally is able to like hold his sword up. However, he used his action to do that, so that's all he can still do on his turn.
His move.
Okay, cool. He is gonna run away from probably Ran and Verona and actually run towards Bass. Which leaves Ran and Verona an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yeah, totally.
It's face. I mean, sorry, Corin.
Am I still in disguise? Am I still in disguise?
You're in disguise
Yes.
still.
Yeah, you are. And they seem to have like seen through the disguise.
Oh, okay,
possibly.
got you.
Really, none of them have attacked you yet, except for this guy here who's making his way. You actually are on a ballista, and you shot a bolt at this griffin.
Okay, I need to log in to roll 20.
Oh, okay, you can't see.
Sorry,
it, but
sorry,
no,
no,
you're
sorry,
good.
sorry.
Lock in and roll.
But okay, This bandit is making his way towards Bass. Ran and Verona, would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
I know I would. Would I be able to, because of Warcaster, throw a guiding bolt at him?
A Warcaster usually is supposed to have one target, which Guiding Bolt is a one single target. Let me look at the specific wording.
Oh, that's the music. I was like, what is going on? I didn't realize. I was like, I thought it was raining that hard outside. I was like, holy shit.
Warcast. I'm
Yeah,
not
casting
sure.
of one action and target only that creature. I'll paste it in here.
Okay, cool. And it's as a. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, go for it.
I'm going to cast guiding bolt at 3rd level.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and roll the attack as well for Verona. Who shouldn't have advantage, but rolled a natural 20 anyway.
I rolled a 17. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have advantage.
It's okay. Both attacks hit.
Okay.
Good girl. Good girl.
Awesome.
Uh,
So who who hit him first?
well, probably you. Well, I guess that would have given her advantage.
So she had, yeah.
Rolled a natural 20 anyway. So as you both attack kind of at the same time, he's running away from you guys. He gets to right next to Bass, and as he does, she struck him with a short sword, and he begins to bleed quite a bit, actually. Seems like she hit some sort of critical spot. And as he's running to Bass with his sword up, you hit him with a guiding bolt that shocks him just enough for him to fall and slide across the floor, causing his death.
Sick.
Okay, that was him. Now the Wyvern is going to attempt to break out. I don't think I've rolled the Wyvern yet. Strength. Still stuck. So the Wyvern is now, you can hear it screeching as it just watched its rider die right in front of it. But unable to move, to do anything because of the web. It's now Verona's turn. Verona kind of looking at the situation, not really able to get into without getting into the web to make an attack.
Not to interrupt that or encourage the attack of Leaf, but Friday Night's Wyvern has not gone since the last time she went.
I gotcha. I think I may have accidentally deleted the.
Yeah, I think that the guy down here had like a 6.
We'll just throw the Wyvern on there. Okay. All right. Verona's just gonna kind of stand by your side, Rand, and kind of be ready to defend against this Wyvern.
Ooh.
Okay, up next is actually the one that you just mentioned to me.
Sorry, Freddie.
It's okay.
Okay,
I
so
deserve
what does that mean?
They should have wrote it.
Exactly.
The Wyvern is now going to move in towards Frederick.
The amount of times I've smacked him in the face, so like, I think I deserve this one.
It's going to move in towards Frederick and hit you with a bite attack. Or attempt to. 15.
That misses.
Misses. Then he flies over to Leaf.
Attack of opportunity.
Go for it.
Scoozy. And that's just one attack, correct? I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a 23 to hit 8 points piercing damage.
All right, you definitely hit him as he has kind of landed here. He's no longer like in flight. Has landed here on the deck, and well, yeah, he lands on the deck, and he attempts to go for. As he walks up to you, Leaf, you see this large creature, much larger than you, coming up towards you as you're making yourself down the stairs. It just kind of jumps up for just a moment to try and strike you with its claws. Rolling a natural 1. As it jumps up, it falls backwards and is like flailing about on the ground.
I feel like I threw the rope dart, and I'm like kind of pulling on the rope to like as it went to go bite her, and like I pulled the head back, like no, get back.
Yeah, we could say that. You rope dart kind of connected into the wyvern, and as he went to attack, you are able to just really strong pull it back without the rope dart coming out of it just yet. And you pull back hard, and as it does,
I just flies out.
It's enough to, as this thing is jumping, it's kind of pulling it back, making it lose its balance, and falls backwards. Quickly recovering, but upset. Alright. This guy should have a 4... Wait a second. Yeah, it's not his turn yet. Okay, I'm showing Bass is next.
Alrighty. Bass for his turn is just gonna double move. As he walks away from here, seeing the webbing, kind of still holding the wyvern down with the spiritual weapon, and he'll just kind of give Rand a thumbs up. Y'all got this one. I'll get the other one, and runs over to stand beside Corin. Just kind of readies his shield and flail for combat, and that'll be his turn.
Okay. Rand.
Let's start with spiritual weapon against the wyvern.
Okay.
Did it get out?
I believe it's
Or is
still
it
restrained.
stuck? I just want to make sure whether or not to roll this.
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
We do have that night sprite.
12.
Yeah, that hits. 12 force.
Damage.
Give it a good melee attack against that wyvern.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess I'm just gonna hit it with a sacred flame.
Okay.
Let's see here. That is dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
Fail.
Boom.
15 points of damage.
Nice.
Oh. Also, doesn't Corin have a banishment going, just so he knows?
Oh yes, Corin, you do have a single banishment.
I was gonna wait till my turn and ask how many spell slots, because it seems like I still have all on my side. It looks like I still have all my spell slots,
Oh,
so I didn't know what I need.
Yeah.
You've only used one.
You've only used the altar self, and then
Thank you, Nat. You changed it. Okay. So okay, gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem. All right. Yeah, 15 damage against this wyvern. You watch as the sacred flame hits it. It kind of lights it just for a moment, creating a very good burn mark across its side and upper chest. As it's still struggling to get out of this web. Is that all that you'd like to do?
Yes. Yeah. I'll just hang out here.
Okay. Edison, again, just kind of keeping an eye out, holding the ship. he's actually got to make a skill check. You all kind of notice, you begin to feel the ship begin to slightly move. However, you notice the front of the ship begins to bow down. Just slightly. Not enough to cause you guys to slide or anything, but you just notice that he seems to be having some trouble kind of controlling the ship. However, you do begin to feel it move. Okay. It's now this guy over here by Corn and Bass. The Griffin is going to move upwards to here. Right in front of Bass. You watch as the soldier is going to jump off right next to this crystal. Move next to you, Bass. And he is going to attempt. You watch as this sword just shifts into, or his arm shifts into this sword, and you can kind of hear it mechanically as it makes its way into what looks like a version of some short sword or long sword. And he's taking his arm and is attempting to slash you with it. Here we go. 20 for 7.
Yeah, 20 does hit.
Are you concentrating on anything right now?
I am, so I am gonna have to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Be 10 is the DC.
Alrighty. There goes the web.
Okay. Once the web that Ran and Frona might be seeing just kind of begins to almost wither away as the wyvern itself is flapping its wings and breaks free of the webs. However, this soldier is not done. It is going to strike against you again. For 8 this time.
Alright, I take the 8.
Okay. All right, and then his mount now, the Griffin just landing. And unfortunately, you being right next to it once again, Bass, it seems like they are just targeting. However, he's only going to make one attack with his beak. Oof! Which is a natural 20. So,
I actually might want to do... Nah, I'll take the damage, yeah.
Alright, so the
I
max...
will take the hits.
Max would be 12 plus that roll. So 12 plus 9. What is that? 21?
I think I rolled 2 dice because of the crit.
Oh, yeah. So, 12 plus that 5.
Okay.
We'll do that first number. It's always kind of weird. I wish I could figure out how to change that. I know there's a way.
It's probably a little code hidden somewhere.
But okay. That's the end of its turn. Corin.
So, question.
Yes.
I with concentration spells, I can't throw any other spell, correct? Because then I'll lose concentration.
You can't throw another concentration spell.
I can throw regular spells.
You can throw spells that aren't concentration. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I've been trying to look. I was trying to decide. Right now, am I at disadvantage with either of them for being? Am I disadvantaged with him for being that close?
For a
For
ranged
if I
spell
throw-
attack, you will be disadvantaged.
Mm-hmm. If you're wanting to hit the soldier.
So if it's any range, right?
If it's a ranged spell attack, like if it's a DC based spell, not a problem. But if it's a spell attack that's ranged, then it will be disadvantaged. Yeah.
So like a blight, would that be disadvantage?
Does that one have a saving throw?
It has to do a Constitution saving throw.
Then that won't be a problem. Yeah. If it's a DC based spell, then you're fine.
Okay, I just want to double check. I may not be throwing that. I'm just asking. I'm just seeing.
Yeah. That was an example.
Yeah. Example. Example.
This is the top of round 5.
Yep.
So how
Yeah.
long left of banishment then?
Banished ends on yours. When does it end? It ends
So lasts
on
for a minute, which is
the-
10 rounds.
10 rounds, so 5 more rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. I will be quick. I'm just looking.
I don't know why I thought it was 6 rounds. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
That's how many rounds we need to kill them.
Because
Just watch.
each round is 6 seconds, so you were associating that.
Okay. We're going with old trusty here probably. Or we can do. All right, got the music just blaring at me right now. Let's have. Didn't y'all
You
miss
can
me?
turn it down.
No, I love it.
I can barely hear mine. Maybe I have it turned down. Too.
Talkboy says you should throw a fireball, but that's only a suggestion.
Don't you
don't have-
dare!
I
Don't
don't
you
have-
dare!
I don't have fireball, sadly.
Also, our entire ship is wood.
Yeah, we do not want to go down in flames. As much as I love Fireball because of the jokes.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, right. How'd you know about pact? I mean, we're just gonna do fun, tried and true. We're gonna cast blight at level 5
Okay.
on the automaton, the guy in front of me. Warforged. Thank you. Yes. Can't think off the top of my head what the name was.
You're good.
So level 5, blight.
Okay.
Level 5. Bam. And I believe he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
So 17 Constitution.
He fails.
Nope.
Perfect. So he takes 38 necrotic. So
Okay.
Down.
down.
It
Chop it
also
onto
adds in
him.
4 more, I think, because of the higher level cast.
Yeah. So 42.
42.
Okay, so 40. Yeah, sure, 42. And then you can look at the spell description if you need to see what the spell description.
Yeah. Okay. So you watch as
Wait. Nope. I fucked up.
Oh,
It's all right. I think I wasted my turn. Yep. It's a construct, isn't he? Warforged.
so he is
Is he
technically
considered
a yeah, let me look at him.
'cause
He
it says the
is
spell has.
a
spell's
humanoid technically.
Okay,
So
I'm saying spell has no effect on like undead or constructs. So if it was if he was an automaton, I don't think it would have effect. But if he's a humanoid,
or like one of the golem statue things.
yeah, or like the golem statue that we had, like
Big
the cube,
golems,
the
yeah.
guardian.
yeah,
Guardian, yeah.
he's
I-
got working parts and pieces that would be affected by this spell.
Okay, I just wanted to stay honest. I don't want to come in here and people think immediately just started lying about my character. Like, yeah, of
you're
course
good.
blight works. Yeah, so he takes 42 then.
Yeah, you watch as this green and black energy comes from Corin, and you watch as the blight effect begins to take over on this Warforged, and as it does, its armor and its general just structure begins to almost like melt away, and you watch as maybe some of the oil that keeps this construct running, or this humanoid, this Warforged running, is like shooting out of it, and it almost seems to just wilt away. Its colors begin to just be discolored and almost like rust in a way. He just falls to the ground immediately into a
Oh, shit,
pile
okay.
of mechanical parts.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, the dragon is displeased. In my best Sepis impression.
Okay.
Bass will just slowly turn to look at Corin with like a slightly scared face.
All
It's
right.
the first time he's seen this.
That is. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Corin?
I don't think so. I think maybe I'll move up. I'll move 15 feet up this way to kind of get out of the way range of the griffin, but ready to help Bass.
Okay. All right, Frederick.
I'll keep the disguise self and everything up still.
Okay. Frederick Stormborn.
Wait, is disguise self concentration?
Is it?
It
If
is.
that- if that's-
I think.
It doesn't have a concentration mark on it. It's just a cast.
Oh,
It just lasts for an
Light
hour.
is not concentration.
Yeah, it just
Oh.
lasts.
No. Yeah, disguise. Yeah, disguise self. Just it just
Yeah.
it happens.
It just lasts for a while. There's some spells that do that, like Mage Armor lasts for 8 hours, no concentration.
Yeah, I have no C next to it.
All right, Frederick Stormborn.
Heck yeah.
You've been rope darting this giant wyvern for quite some time now.
It's kiting.
And I'm gonna keep doing it because I got nothing else to do. 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Whoa.
Slowly wearing this thing down.
Hit number 2. So 20 to hit.
That hits.
Still moving.
He's still moving.
Ah, he twitched. Move it again. That's 13 to hit.
That hits.
Really?
Yep.
Dang.
Is he
It's a
still alive?
Big creature. And he's still alive. However, he's
Wonderful.
looking very, very rough now.
Hold on. I'm gonna use.
You've landed some very critical hits into this monster.
I'm using my key point, and I'm gonna do the flurry of blows. So I'm gonna add one more attack.
Oh, okay.
Add it onto it because I did the one bonus attack. I'm gonna add just one more onto it.
All right.
Come on. That's 13 to hit. 8 points piercing damage.
13 does hit. What does this look like, killing this wyvern? First of the many toughest creatures here.
It's just over and over again, just like throw the dart, pull it back, throw the dart, pull it back, just over and over again. And I think for that final one, I like run up, jump onto its back, but I jump off its back, and I throw the dart right into the back of its head as hard as I can, and then I use my draconic strike, and you watch as lightning just launches right down, right into the back of its head, and then pulling it back.
Okay. Leaf, as you're rushing down the steps, you see as this thing is attempting to come after you. However, after it falls, you watch as Frederick continuously using these rope darts against it, quickly attacking it 4 times before you seeing this display of might and strength of Frederick, who in a very unique way finesses this wyvern, killing it, bringing it down. And as it does, the whole ship itself, as it hits the deck, the whole ship just kind of tilts to the right some, and you kind of have to hold your balance because this thing is heavy, and the impact itself kind of shifts the ship over, while beginning to maintain its level. Just an unexpected weight. Yeah. Is that it, Frederick?
That's my turn.
Okay, Leaf.
So Leaf is gonna kick the wyvern a little bit.
Okay.
And then she's gonna look at Freddy and go, help him get control of the ship. We need to get moving. And start walking over here. And as she's getting a little closer, she's gonna start throwing some daggers at this guy. Yeah.
Okay. That does hit.
And
That misses. As you throw that dagger, it just misses its wing, flying off into what would normally be gone forever. Just shows up right next to your hip.
okay, that's my turn.
Okay. It is now the wyvern's turn, as it's finally broken free of the webs that have been restraining it this whole time. You hear it roar amongst all of you as it begins to make its way towards Ran and Verona.
Let's go.
The first attack, you watch Ran as it comes towards you with a bite. 16 to hit.
That is a miss.
All right, you hear its loud teeth just chomp down as it tries to bite you. It jumps up in the air, very similar to what the other one had done before, to try and get Verona with its claws. And misses again. You can just hear the snapping of its legs as it's attempting to just grab. You can feel its claws almost just cracking against each other as they are missing. That's all he can do on his turn. Verona now. Just dodging the claw attack is going to take 2 short sword attacks against it.
Nice.
One being a natural 20. So she deals a total of... So it'd be 4 plus the max damage for that would have been 9 plus 6, 15. So 19 points of damage total on her turn. All right. And she just continues to look out and be ready to dodge and weave. Okay. As the ship moves just slightly, some of these where they've been banished, maybe in a different location should they show back up. Okay, Bass.
All right. With an enemy and I can't even speak. An enemy in melee. I'm trying to combine my words here. Bash just kind of with his kind of has his shield at the ready, but just kind of goes 1, 2, 3, and swings the flail with booming blade.
Okay.
All right, so I make a weapon attack. So I'm gonna use his flail. That'd be a 15.
Let's see.
With Ruby of the War Mage.
Yep, that's how I cast his spells.
That does hit.
All right, so so it rolled 2d8, so it just takes just the first one. So take the first d8 that was rolled, so it takes 4 thunder damage,
Okay.
and then it takes the 10 bludgeoning from the flail.
Okay.
And if it moves on its turn, it takes the other additional 2 thunder damage.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So it starts with 14 points of damage.
Yep, 14. Yep, and it takes 2 more if it moves willingly. It has to move willingly.
Okay. You watch as it booms against it and kind of hear it squawk at you. Not very happy.
Yeah, and Bass will just kind of position himself kind of ready to see if it's going to move or swing at him again. And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Ran.
Oh. Well, it worked so good last time. Can I reach out and touch the wyvern?
Yeah, you could.
You're in touching range. This is not a petting zoo, though.
Somebody call an animal handler. Not for me. We're gonna start off with spiritual weapon.
Okay.
See what that does. That's probably a miss.
That is a miss. As it swings, this wyvern is ready for some vengeance.
Well, good for him. Good for him. I don't know if this is dumb or not. I am going to cast Inflict Wounds at 4th level.
Okay.
Bringing out the big guns.
What is that? Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Make him leave. Okay, it is. Okay.
Jeez Louise.
31.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Good night. So you what Verona's watching you, and you hear her call out to you, and she's like, "What are you doing?" As you reach out and touch the wyvern for just a moment, and as you do, you see it almost spasm out for just a moment as the entire thing just takes a couple steps back, completely shocked at the damage that just you were able to cast it just with a touch. and she just kind of looks at you like Frona's like, "Oh, okay, can you do that again?" As you obviously see this thing is very struggling to stand right now after the damage.
I want to keep its attention on me. Is there any way that like I can? Can I pass through my spiritual guardian or my spiritual weapon?
I believe you can.
I just kind of want to rotate around him.
Yeah,
so that,
I believe you can.
Okay.
It's just like a spiritual essence that's there, and then takes a physical
I just
attack.
want to kind of get on the.
And
other
if it was an
side, work
ally,
my way
you could
around.
still move through allies.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's enough room, I just want to get on the other side of him.
Sure, you can.
Flanky.
Okay. Cool. That is where I'm at.
Okay. All right, Edison again is beginning to move the ship. And you all immediately feel the ship propel forward at a decent run. You feel like you've made a little bit of room here on his turn. In 6 seconds, you feel like the ship moved pretty far. As he propels it forward some, trying to keep it aloft, trying to straighten it out and keep it level. You can kind of feel as you go, it leans off to the right and then kind of bows forward. It's definitely not the easiest terrain that you've been on that seems to be moving so often. But he continues. Next up is this griffin next to Bass. It is going to attempt to grapple you, Bass. And I guess that is considered... Would that be considered moving, or is it got to take like an actual movement?
Grappling is just it's just an action.
Okay. Well, he is going to attempt to grapple you. You watch as the griffin comes down with its claws to try and attempt to pick you up. Would make athletics or acrobatics. Oh, you rolled a 9.
Come on, Bass.
I have a decent bonus to this. Oh,
okay. Very close call. You watch as this thing you can hear it as it just flies, and the claws click next to your ears. You just barely duck down enough to where it misses attempting to grapple you. That's all it's gonna do on its turn. Corin.
I will say I did misspoke. So for normal characters, like you would use an attack instead for grappling.
Yeah.
But since monsters, their multi-attack requires them to do their attacks, it wouldn't be able to like grapple an attack unless it has that specifically. Again,
okay.
it's attacks, but yeah, just so I don't give the wrong information.
Okay. All right. It is Corin's turn. You got a wyvern who seems to be very hurt, and a griffin left.
I am going to look at the griffin that Bass is fighting, and I'm just gonna like point it and it's like stay down, and I'm gonna cast Blight again against it, level 4.
Okay.
So Constitution saving throw for them.
Jeez.
17 again.
All right. Constitution saving throw. Is a 21.
Whoa!
So it
I'd like to use my reaction.
Okay.
Use seeing the griffin start to kind of resist it. Bass isn't super enthusiastic about this kind of magic, but he kind of sees the value it's been putting out, so he kind of waves his flail and says, "Listen to the nice necromancer and stay down." Casting silvery barbs.
Nice. You got to reroll again.
So it has to re-roll, and it has to take the lower roll.
Okay. And
Let's
it
go.
works.
Hey.
Alright, and then within 60 feet, I get to choose a creature within range and give them advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So I will pick Mr. Ran over there.
Okay.
Wonderful.
30 points of damage to the griffin.
Okay. You cast Blight again, and this time you watch as it starts with the wings. They blacken, and they begin to wilt off as the griffin is like trying to hold itself aloft. You watch as it begins to like lean against the railing of the ship, and as it does, the wings begin to get closer, blackening, almost turning skeletal, and it just kind of sits there for a moment. You watch as the eyes begin to darken, and it just leans and falls backwards off of the ship, falling down into the endless abyss below.
I'm
Bash, you
almost
okay?
imagining.
Bass?
I think you're muted.
I think he might be talking
I'm
to
just
his
trying to figure
stream.
out what to say.
Okay, I was like, oh god, I just saw his face. What's wrong?
Basil just kind of slouched a little bit. Y'all really are making me earn my paycheck, huh? I
You know what you were
respect it.
signing up for. Let's go. Let's help them. What were you saying, Glitchy?
No, I was just saying because he had the booming blade effect. So I'm imagining as
Only
the
if it moves
griffin is.
willingly.
Well, I was just say as the
I don't
griffin
think
is
that's
dying,
willingly,
it
yeah.
like it pulls back, and then for just a second, a small little just a puff of explosive as it's already dying.
Right? It just boop. Yep. All right, Frederick. A wyvern left.
My turn.
Yes.
Well, I guess I can't disobey Leaf, so I'm gonna go run over to the captain of the ship. Like, is there anything I can do to help keep this thing steady? Like, place me where you need me.
He kind of just looks over to you for just a moment and kind of looks at the ship and kind of looks at the fumes coming out of the crystal. And he just asks, if you know healing, fix that crystal.
I could try and find somebody to do that. But I guess I'm too far away from everyone else, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'll stay here, and if I can give him like the help action or something when he starts to fly the ship again, or when it comes down to his turn, I'll give him the help action at least.
Okay.
I can redirect you.
All
I
right.
don't know how to do that, but I may know someone who does.
Leaf.
I relate to Fred really hard right now.
So you said this wyvern is looking like pretty beat up, right?
It's
Like
looking-
Rand's probably gonna finish it off.
It's possible. It's looking pretty beat up. I mean,
Okay.
you're not entirely sure that who could
And-
finish it off.
This guy was you called him the captain?
He was the kind of the rider on this wyvern.
I swear to God, if you go loot his bodies while we are still in combat,
I am going to go up to him
Wait.
and start tying his hands and pull out one of my potions of healing.
Okay.
I
So you
have
begin
questions
to
for this
tie his
man.
hands. You tie his hands.
Like basically tying him so he can't get up, he can't attack anybody, and like getting ready to shove this potion of healing down his throat. But
Okay.
it takes an action to do both, so I have to wait.
Okay. All right, so you begin to do that. The wyvern goes now. It is going to try and bite Verona, which he misses. As he attempts to bite her again, she's just dodging. The health that she received from Rand really helped her in dodging this. However, Rand, you watch, you see that large tail behind you, and as it kind of whips about, you almost see as it begins to make its way towards you, attempting to pierce you. You watch as the stinger need to make a Constitution saving throw. Rolled a 26 to
man.
hit you. Yeesh.
good God. Okay, let's start with the first thing. Normal roll. So it's a con save.
Yes.
Boom.
Oof. That is a fail.
5.
So you are going to take 33 points of damage total.
Oh, ouchie.
As this stinger, it's been a while since you've been impaled by something that hurt. So you feel this stinger as it does kind of fly around and about, or flailing around and about, I should say. You see as it quickly moves in and impales you, and you feel almost like this poisonous effect that immediately begins to cause your skin to almost just burn, and you kind of feel it as it spreads throughout your body. Other than that's all that the wyvern can do on his turn.
Okay.
Uh,
So I took 33 points of damage, so that means I need to do a con save at
That's only the
either
poison
16?
status.
No, because I have concentration up.
oh yeah. So
Yep.
the DC would be, I believe,
16.
is it half, or it's half of the
Thought it was-
damage?
It is. I
Half
thought
of
it was
the
equal to the
damage or 10, whichever is higher, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's correct. So I believe that would be a 16 to favor you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
I have advantage on Constitution saving throws.
Oh yes,
For-
Bass also gave you an advantage for ability checks and such. So okay, you succeed.
Thank you.
Oh wait, when you had advantage on the Constitution saving throw since he did that one first.
Oh yeah, from before.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I'll take the damage.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to re-legislate that. That's fine.
Okay.
Figured
All
it'd
right.
be easier just to do this.
Ferona's next. She's just continuing with the short sword. And to make her 2 attacks with 12 piercing damage. This dragon, or this wyvern, as it's being struck twice, looking like it's on its last leg, as it's being sliced and slashed. It's very lazily moving about. Let's see. Bass.
Bass is not close enough for swinging, so he's gonna double move. Say like about here, and then move again here to give kind of get a nice little circle of flanking around here.
Okay.
Bass will just kind of line up and just kind of raise his shield up, and so just his eyes are peeking over the shield, expecting to get hit, and that's his turn.
Okay. Ran.
We are going to start off with spiritual weapon.
Go for it.
See what happens here. $16.
All right. How do you defeat this wyvern with your spiritual weapon?
Oh, as I am impaled by the stinger, the spiritual weapon will swing it. So imagine it's like a sword standing point down. It will swing up, slicing through the tail, and then as it hits the top of the arc, it's going to swing back down and just slash straight across the wyvern's chest, almost slicing it in two.
Okay.
Just a flash of holy power around it.
Okay.
Radiant damage, I mean.
You guys watch as after Rand gets stung, he kind of just commands the spiritual weapon that instantly cuts through the tail. You watch as the stinger flails about, almost like like its nerves are still working. It's just flailing about on the deck, and you hear this wyvern kind of scream. Its long tongue slithers out, forked in two, and as it does, the weapon comes back down, cutting through this wyvern deep, causing it to split open some. As it does, its blood and insides begin to spill onto the deck and kind of going into the hole just because of where it's located. It takes a moment and begins to just fall forward onto the deck. And for a moment, all things go quiet.
I'm going to look around, and knowing where things were when we started the battle, I'm going to drop concentration on banishment.
Okay. You drop your concentration and you wait just a moment as the ship is propelled forward enough. You hear a scream off in the distance. And you continue to wait for the other creature that you had banished. And you do see that it does appear just at the back of the ship.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I am going to take my 30 feet of movement. To get over there. And that will be my turn.
Okay. All right. It would have been Edison, who is currently running the boat, or the ship. Doesn't quite notice the griffin that has just appeared kind of off behind his back over here. He's propelling the ship forward more. And as he does, the griffin finds itself a little bit more almost out of the map, being clouded by these fumes. You watch as this magic crystal at this point is kind of flickering on and off a little bit, almost like a bad light bulb, but continuing to support the ship. Now it's the griffin who appeared, trying to keep up. It's attempting to kind of catch up. It's able to mount itself just on the railing there. You can kind of hear it, Frederick, as you look back behind you. You hear this just wings that then you hear this landing, and the wood kind of creak, and you just kind of hear the squawking of this eagle-like creature. It's now your turn.
I'm just gonna run over towards the edge. Like, oh no, you don't, chicken! I'm gonna start throwing the rope dart again.
Okay.
This time using Draconic Strike on all three. So.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 1, 26.
That's a hit.
8 lightning damage. That's another 26. That's 10 lightning damage.
Okay. High rolls today.
And 13. 7 points.
That's a hit.
Get off my ship, chicken! Just throwing everything I have at it.
All right, you are.
Each time, just the shock of lightning.
You watch as it's definitely affected by that, as it kind of takes a moment to like unmount itself for just a moment as it's under your attack. It's definitely not excited about having you pelting it after it just came out of a different plane of existence. Okay, Corin.
I mean, obviously, Corn's been here the entire time and hasn't not been here. So doing what his brother did, and with his high intellect, I'm hoping, can I tell where we started and then where I would, if I release banishment right now, where it would happen?
And
What did I banish again? Was it a griffin or a rider?
you banished a another griffin, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think he banished a griffin.
Yeah,
Okay.
you banished another griffin.
Mhm.
So it's up to you.
I was just saying, I'm guessing it's somewhere behind the ship.
Your best guess is that it'd probably be much further behind the ship than this current one. It may not even
Right.
be able to catch up with the ship now
Right.
that the ship's not gaining. The ship's gaining traction.
If I have the time, I guess I'll hold banishment for now, so we can get some more distance. What is my movement is 30, I think 25, something like that.
Should be 30. Normally
Yeah, it's 30.
30.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
30. It's 30. So we're just gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Oop. I'll go down here for 20. Dang it. Well, let me move. I forgot to
If
change
you
it.
if you drag it and while holding left click down, right click one time and tap it, it'll
Oh
let you
my
redirect.
God. Oh my god.
That's
I
awesome.
learned. I
Two.
relearned
Oh.
that the other day.
I'll move here for to the 20, and then I'll move down the steps for the 30. I imagine 30 would be right here.
There's one square underneath the sails that's invisible.
Yeah.
Boom. And then I believe if I look at this real quick, just to make sure I have it correct, it is 120 feet. I'm gonna go and looking past because I can see right here. I can see where the griffin is, right?
Yeah, you
Like
can
underneath
just
the
kind of
sail.
see that Frederick is using his rope dart, and that just underneath the sail, you can kind of see.
Okay, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at level 3.
Okay.
So I create 3. I'll put it in chat, but I'll create 3 rays of fire for the first hit, and then I get an additional ray since it's that level. Since it's a level above second.
Okay.
So I'll cast that. That's the first one
All right.
for 12. I think that misses.
That does hit.
12 hits.
That 12 does hit.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought 12 missed. Okay, cool. So that's
It's
first.
a griffin.
Oh my bad. So for 5.
Okay.
Second.
That's a hit.
Perfect. And then 2 more.
All right.
Games freezing. And then I got 1 more.
Perfect. Okay.
So 7, 14, 18, 23 damage.
All
So
right.
just like these, I'll look through the mask, like kind of duck underneath where the stairs are, so I can get a good look, and I'll just like tap 1 red, like 1 green dot, 2 green dots, 3, and then 4, and like into like a square, and then like push them out toward the griffin to hit them.
Okay. And you watch as they rotate in the air. Frederick, as you're fighting these 4 basically scorching, these rays of flame just impale and I want to say to destroy, but no. Just obliterate this griffin. It kind of loses its flight for just a moment, but then keeps itself up. You can see there's one that got just destroyed right here on the face. It burnt all of this just right here. You can see a few other burn marks as this thing looks really beat up, but still flying.
Okay. Let's finish it off.
All right, Leaf.
Leaf is shoving a potion of healing in this guy's mouth.
Okay. You take this potion of healing. You pop the cork out, and you forcefully let him drink it. You don't seem to see any signs of life. Anything else?
No,
No.
that'll be it.
Okay. It's now Ferona's turn. She is going to kind of rush across the way, ready to help. She's running with her short sword in hand. Bass.
I guess if he has like a moment just to kind of quickly assess Rand's condition, since he also took kind of a beating, just to kind of gauge who might be more injured.
How injured are you,
And I
Rand?
roll like a I guess like medicine.
Yeah. Go for it. Are you just like running by trying to discern this?
Yeah, he's just kind of as he's coming by. I'll do his first move. Or
How big is the hole that he just got stabbed through?
It's a decent
Rand's fine,
size.
guys. Rand's fine.
It
Rand's
tickled.
fine. He might be holding his shield close to the wound, but he's moving pretty good.
that'd be
Oh,
a
yeah,
5.
he's great.
It's hard to tell.
Didn't even get hit.
He's keeping his shield close
Rand
to
gives
his
you a
wound.
thumbs up as you run by.
All right. Well, with what Bass knows, then let's see. This takes an action. Yep, as an action. Yeah, I'm gonna like just as he's walking, Bass just kind of like shake his hand for a second, like come on, Glowy, and then his hand will glow and he'll healing hands himself for 10 hit points.
Okay.
Come on,
Yes,
Chloe.
his healing hand is like a glow stick. You gotta shake it.
Wow.
He's got to just
Oh my god.
Oh my
breaks his
God.
hand like a glow stick, and then yes, it worked.
Oh, he just cracks his knuckles like a glow stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He has 20 hit point like total pool for healing hands, and he used 10 of it, so he's got 10 left. And that'll be Bass's turn.
Okay. Rand, your turn.
Oh, we're gonna go 15. Yeah, that works. We're gonna get up here on the steps. We're gonna cast Sacred Flame
Okay.
for a grand total of 4.
Make a dex save.
Oh dang.
That's a natural
Whoa.
one. So he takes
Finish
all
it.
of that.
Takes all of that.
Eat
All
that.
4 damage.
Mhm.
That's one action. That's one bonus action. That ends my turn.
All right. Edison again, propelling the ship forward. Kind of tries to go by, kind of turning the ship in a way where he's trying to kind of scrape by some clouds to give himself some cloud cover, keeping away from, trying to lose this last griffin if possible. However, the griffin just stays. It's best to stay mounted onto the wood and piece of it here. Tries to kind of find himself into the cover of some clouds, kind of where you were previously in a way, to, in case of any extra reinforcements or invaders. It's making the whole ship move into or next to a group of clouds. It is now the griffin's turn, and the griffin is going to attempt to grapple Frederick. So it is going to kind of fly up closer to you and attempt to pick you up.
This should be fun.
Counterspell.
Athletics
You guys
or
are going for a ride.
athletics or acrobatics versus this strength.
You know, I could use either one.
I hope you will.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it gonna
acrobatics or
work though?
athletics?
That's the thing. Which am I? Acrobatics, because I'm proficient in both. Acrobatics, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna do a cool backflip out of this. Nope. No. No.
You
I just
attempt
kind of like open my arms, like, take me.
you attempt to like backflip. You raise your arms up, but it's just perfect enough that the griffin does actually grab you and begins to lift you up into the air.
I feel like I'm going to do a backflip, and as soon as I raise my hands, it just grabs both my wrists and starts flying up. Like I don't
Yeah.
even get to go off the floor. I just raise my hands and it grabs. It's like ah shit.
Yeah, that's what happens, and so you are now being held aloft, and as it does, it actually does move itself out just enough to where you are pretty much dangling, and that's all it's got on its turn.
So I'm just over sky pretty much.
At this point, yes,
Oh help, help.
and it is your turn. The ship is
Help.
I mean, you to grab onto the railing 10 feet away, but safely over. It's 15 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to escape. Can I do like a contested athletics or like
You would roll acrobatics here if you wanted to, or
Acrobatics?
athletics.
Yeah.
to try and get out of it?
Yep.
Is it
Against its against its.
I think it's
athletics again.
contested again, right?
Yep.
Is that what you're wanting to do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Was it 18?
You beat it. You are able to break yourself free from its grip.
So I pull away from it like yes, yes. Oh shit! And I start flying.
You are in a free fall.
As I am falling though, I'm gonna use my lightning sprouts from my back, and I get my 2 dragon wings. And I'm just gonna lightly fly up onto the deck, flutter my little wings.
Okay.
And just move
Amazing.
myself right back up onto the edge. And then I think I still have my bonus action. No, wait. I used my bonus action for the
The wings.
so never mind. That is my entire turn.
Okay, that was close.
But I escaped.
Court.
Kill that thing.
I might. I think I might have to do something different. You guys got it. It's hurt, right? Right?
It's
Would I have noticed that Leaf was giving the dude, the captain, whatever that guy is, a healing potion? Since I don't know if I'm looking at like my vision, the way where I'm standing, if I would have seen her like
Yeah, I
dumping
mean,
something to him, or
as you were coming down the steps, you would have seen Leaf performing this action. Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go up to Leaf. My computer's being stupid. I'm gonna go up to Leaf and just look at her and just say real quick, "What are you doing?"
He might know about Sunny. I have questions. I need to know how they knew we were here. I need to know who sent them. I need to know if he knows anything about Sunny. I
put my hand
have
up.
questions.
I put my hand up and I just look at her and I say real quick too, the healing potion worked, okay? And then I touch him and I cast Revivify. As three of my skull from my ring disappear. So you just see like black green energy like flow through me and through the ring, through my hand, and like goes into the body. And if as long as it's been within a minute, he should come back to 1 hit point.
Okay. I believe you will need. I know I had Rand do this, where he went and bought a diamond worth 300 gold.
See, I was curious about that because the other spells I've been doing with the Necromancer ring has been bypassing component stuff.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure if what we've been doing, but the other stuff we've been using, like when I use like Circle of Death and stuff like that, like it didn't have the components.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if that was like a thing that was just going to turn out bad later, like, equivalent exchange, you've been doing something really bad with this ring.
Yeah.
Or
No, I think that's
What
great.
I know of items don't use spell components. If it's an item doing the spell.
Okay. Did you
Yeah,
cast
it's like
it into the
almost
ring,
using
or
a-
was it already
Yeah,
in?
no,
or
it's,
is
it's my
part of it?
necromancer. It's my necromancer ring, so it's underneath the spell list you gave me as a level 3. So I
Gotcha.
have 6 charges. I used a level 3, so 3 charges disappeared.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So in this case, it would work because it's not being casted from you; it's more casted from that item, that special magical item that you received. Okay, very cool.
The healing potion worked. Okay. And I'll just get up and just kind of be ready to contain him if I need to with her.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right, Leaf. Your turn.
So I feel like this is about to be a real roleplay moment in the middle of combat.
You can ask him. Anything you want.
So she's gonna she's gonna like grab the front of his shirt and look over at Corin and say, "Help me move him," and start like, she's tiny, but man, she's like trying to drag him back towards the thing. I can
Sorry,
click
I've already
and-
used my action for this turn. I'm just
This-
watching, like,
No.
This
But
mask.
like she's gonna start dragging him back.
slightly
And like
kicking.
as she's dragging him, she's like almost whispering in his face, "Who sent you? Why are you here? How
Okay.
much do you know?"
All right. You start to drag him. He is tied up, so he's probably restrained. As you start to pull him back and ask him some of these questions, he'll answer them on his turn, maybe. Verona. She is doing her best to make her way up here as fast as she can to help. She's gonna actually dash just to get here faster. She can get to right there. She kind of gets next to you, Frederick, and she just kind of says, I hope nothing bad has happened."
Just fell and died, but everything's fine.
She just kind of smiles and prepares her weapon. It's Bass's turn.
Alrighty. Bass is very relieved to see that our tiefling friend did not fall to his death. And I was too far away to do something. Assuming that Rand will let him pass through, I'm just gonna double move.
Rand blocks the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Just arm bars him.
Hold up. I guess Bass will move like right here. That way he's in a position where people can kind of go around him, so that other people can wail on the Griffin too if need be. But he's up front, got his shield up, like ready to take some more beatings for the party. That's his turn.
Okay. Now it's
He
Rain's
just
turn.
kind of gives Fred a pat in the back as he gets up next to him.
Frederick, all your friends are coming around you.
So we can all die
family.
together.
My people.
I'm gonna move more towards the crystal and fling another sacred flame at him.
Okay.
Power of friendship. Die.
That's what it is, man.
Everything is awesome when you're part of
You
a
already
team.
got the dragon wings for the enemy.
No.
It takes all of that damage.
Louise.
All 3 points.
All 3 points.
Watch as you hit it again. You see that it's struggling to stay up in the air, but it's still alive.
Give me that
Die,
holy fried
please.
chicken.
Please die. Die.
You watch as
Rand's turn.
Watch as Edison kind of just takes a look kind of behind his back and sees the griffin. He pulls a dagger from his hip really fast, lets go of the stern, and tries to hit it one time. Completely misses, and he's like, I'm just gonna work on this, and he goes back to the stern.
That's good.
That sounded
Completely
like
missing.
that definitely sounded like a Freddy thing to say. I'm gonna do this.
It
Like
is.
he just turned around to like act all cool and throws it, and it's like a good 10 feet away from the griffin where he threw it. It's like
It was pretty pathetic. Even if he would have hit it, it may not have hit like the right end of the blade. It was that bad. So
A for effort.
yeah.
Maybe.
yes.
All right. The griffin comes in, attempting to strike Bass with its beak. 14 to
No,
hit.
sir.
And as it attempts to do that, it will also then look to Frederick with its claws.
I was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna grapple me again.
Oof. It will do 13 points of slashing against you, though.
That's rude.
As this time it just slashes you with its claws rather than grappling. It is your turn now.
All right, I've had it. I just go up and I'm gonna rope dart it 3 times. You know
Okay.
what? No, I'm gonna use my meteor hammer for the first one. I'm gonna smack it as hard as I can using like the gauntlets of ogre powers right in the side of the face.
Okay, go for it.
14 to hit and 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you successfully smash this griffin's face.
He's still
And
alive.
You kill it.
Good.
You
So
watch.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna smash the meteor hammer like into the side of his face, almost like I feel like I break the beak almost,
Yeah.
and then I take the rope dart as that's happening, and I just jump up and jam it into its eye, and like, no.
All right. You watch as this happens, as Frederick smashes it across the face. You watch as his beak almost is obliterated into pieces that then fly off into the wind behind the ship. As its head is kind of reeled back, it kind of just naturally brings it back up. You watch as Frederick does a jump off of the rail up to its eye and stabs it. And as he does, the thing doesn't really react because at this point it's already dead. And he pulls the end of his rope dart out, and you watch as the griffin, with its weight, just kind of falls over the side of the ship and falls down hundreds of feet.
Floats away.
Is there now a griffin eyeball on the end of my rope dart?
It was ruptured.
Dang it.
There was one.
There was one.
I would like to immediately start scanning towards where Blackstone is to see if there's anything else in the air.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna try to hold on to banishment as long as possible and just let it run out on its own.
Okay. It's actually maybe another 10 seconds that run by.
Yeah, I think
and
I had like 1 or 2 more rounds left, I think.
you do feel like your banishment ends, and looking behind the ship, at this point, maybe 100 to 150 feet away, you see this griffin that just kind of pops up, confused, looking around, doesn't know what to do, doesn't seem to chase after the ship. Ren, from where you currently stand, Edison kind of drew the ship past some clouds. So it's tough to really see as this thicker layer of fog kind of overcomes you. You don't really think that, as of now, with your perception check, that it's hard to see. You don't think there's anything else coming, but you're not sure. The rest of you just take a moment to stop and breathe.
on, leave. Now I'll help drag wherever she wants to go with them.
I'll start looting bodies
Okay.
I want to see if the saddles on any of the mounts have anything, and the two bodies, the two constructs, see if they have it. The two warforged, see if there's anything on them.
If Rand comes closer to the one back here, Corin will say, "Leave that one to me."
It's a construct, or it's a warforged.
I know.
Okay.
Rand gives you a look.
Blight worked on it, so Corin's very curious about if something else will work on it.
We all know
If
what
it's a humanoid.
curiosity got us.
Science.
Hmm.
How do you think penicillin
Alright.
was made?
Someone left a
Curiosity.
sandwich in the lab over the weekend.
Yeah,
That's
there you
how.
go. Curiosity.
All right, Rand. So
Forgetfulness.
you walk over to this first Warforged. Edison, kind of like you hear him. He's like, "Oh, you guys are great. I knew you guys were a good crew." He's just kind of holding on to the stern. He kind of looks over the crystal, which seems like on its own it's kind of stopped with its fumes. It's really barely projecting any more of it. It seems like it's got some sort of magical effect that the crystal attempts to repair itself. As Edison kind of begins to explain this a little bit to you all, that it should be, the magic should kind of help repair itself, but
Yeah, I was going to say, as Rand's kind of going through this, he turned to the captain and said, "Are we in danger from that? And is there anything we can do to solve it?"
he says, now that it seems like all those beasts are gone, the magic should take care of it on its own. But if you want to go take care of it, if you know anything about Arcana, you should be able to kind of rearticulate some of the magic within it to cover up some of the damage of the crack on the crystal. But it should take care of itself. At which point he kind of slows the ship down, just kind of in this cloud cover, and tries to make sure that the ship doesn't seem to have any other damage. There are currently bodies of wyverns and griffins that lay on the deck, and he kind of speaks out to Bass and Ferrona and Rand and Frederick, who's still around. "We'll need to get these things off the ship. I suppose we could just push them over the side."
But before we do that, Frederick is actually going to walk over to the
Get them.
to one of the wyverns, and I'm going to attempt, if I can, to take the stinger. Would you say, for a future project maybe, would you say the stinger is about the same size as the end of my rope dart, or is it probably bigger?
Yeah, it's probably about the size of a dagger.
Okay, so yeah, I want to try and take it off, keep it for myself. So,
Okay.
do you want me to make a roll for that, or?
Yeah, make a survival check. We'll see how well you can do that.
Oof, this is gonna suck. As a 14 is not bad.
It's not bad. You have a hard time. It's very thick muscle in there, and you're able to kind of cut off a section of it to where there's still like this bulging part of the stinger, and then the actual like dagger sting that's coming out of it. To cut the rest of that, it seems like it's really tough because it seems like it's all just like muscle. But you do have that. You have the stinger of a wyvern.
Yes, I'm going to pocket that, and maybe make some adjustments to my rope dart in the near future.
Okay.
All right, now we can throw him overboard. I'm good.
Bass will just come over, roll up his imaginary sleeves.
Okay, you both realize this thing is pretty big. It's going to be pretty tough to do. Go ahead and make.
I just smash both the ogre gauntlets together. Like, all right, I think I got this. They both activate as I am gonna help try and push this thing over.
Do you want to roll and I give you the help action?
Sure.
All right, make a strength
I
check
feel like with your ogre gauntlets, you might be the stronger of the two.
with advantage.
with advantage. Got it. Click.
It's a heavy beast. Yeah, you don't push it
That's
anywhere.
Well, would this be athletics?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can throw athletics in there. You're really just you're trying
So
to
athletics?
push this wyvern just over the side of the ship itself.
Are you
I think
proficient
that
in
would
athletics?
just. I am. I think it would just add 4
It
to
would add
that.
a 4.
So
Yeah, it would add
would
4, so it'd be 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still too heavy.
Okay.
You do shift it a few inches, but yeah, you might need another hand or two to push this thing.
While they're doing that, can I look it down to the captain as he's sitting there, and bonus action take off Cephas's my disguise, so just in my I'm in my necromancer's like outfit.
Yeah.
So with the skull, the satyr mask and stuff like that, and I'll just look down with him. I'd answer her questions if I were you.
You can see he seems very groggy and kind of a little bit confused as his wounds are rugged and you can tell he's in pain. He's tied up as well, so it doesn't seem like it seems like he isn't resisting much, but he just kind of looks up to Corin and to Leaf, and he just says, yeah, we were told there was a flying ship, and we went to go take care of it. So we were sent out on our mounts. We
Who
didn't-
sent you? Who told you?
Oh, one of our lead commanders.
What was his name?
Just kind of looks at all of you. His name was, well, you probably know him because you looked just like him. And he just kind of
Humor.
sits there,
Humor us.
tells you, goes by the name Cephas.
Rage.
What do you know of prisoners?
He kind of ignores the question at first, and he says, you know, if we don't return in the next hour, they're going to send more.
What do you know of the prisoners?
He kind of takes a moment. Well, prisoners, they're forced to work in and around the castle under specific guard, day and night. And those that are incapable, we just leave them in a cell, use them as a bargaining chip. Sometimes they just sit there and rot. Well,
I'll grab when he says that. I'll grab Leaf to try to stop her from doing anything right then. Put a hand on her shoulder.
says, well, do you think we have one of your friends in there? One of your friends is one of our prisoners? Hey, you could probably use me as a bargaining chip. But I bet they don't take me.
You're
You
not.
hear
worth it.
Rand yell out from the background as he's looking through the bodies and stuff. Just throw him overboard already.
I want to know.
At that point, Corin looks at Rand like, when the fuck did you get so dark? Like, he like literally that throws him out of his his vengeance motif, and he just looks back and shakes his head.
At this point, would we have finished messing with the wyvern for the moment and noticed the conversation?
Probably, yeah, most likely. You tried to push it, you didn't really get very far. But you notice Leaf and Corin are talking, and Rand seemed to have heard a little bit of, or maybe not have heard, but at least yelled out to throw him over.
Yelled something.
Yeah.
Bass will pat further back. Why don't we take 5? I'll be back. And he's just gonna walk up to you guys, just kind of. What are we doing here?
This is also the first time I think you've seen him in his necromancer outfit, right?
Yep.
Like his actual the full mask. Asking questions.
Are we asking him nicely, or are we asking him not nicely?
I don't
As
know.
he says this, Leaf is pulling out a dagger.
Not nicely, understood.
Do you
Thank
have a halfling?
He kind of looks. "Oh, we've got plenty of those. Humans and elves and
I don't care about the humans and the elves. Where are the halflings?
they're somewhere in the prisoners' district. Probably under guard, slaving away." Guess you could go find out for yourselves.
You annoy me.
Kind of smiles. You think that this force of, what, 6 or 7 of us was a challenge? You don't understand what you're getting into.
I think you don't equal the dirt beneath my boots. If she slices.
You kill him. You watch as he just kind of sits there, kind of watches his last few moments. There's just a smile that creeps on his face as he slowly bleeds out from the wound.
I feel like during this entire time, you guys are all like trying to interrogate him and then killing him. In the
to work on
background, you're just seeing Frederick like just pushing the wyvern, but like his feet are just sliding against the ground, not making any progress. Just like
These gauntlets are useless.
So Leaf is going to wipe her blade on his shirt, untie all the ropes, put the blade back in her belt, and then just turn around and walk away. And just like, let's be done with this.
Oh, we weren't gonna question him more? I was gonna do an intimidating thing. Alright.
Hold on.
At which point you hear Edison kind of shout out, "Hey, do y'all see that over there?" As he points out, and he begins to kind of move the ship a little bit, trying to kind of get it out of the cloud cover. He kind of points off to the left side of the ship. You guys can make perception checks.
oh no.
Oh wait, that's performance. There we go.
Or where would you all be, just to make sure? Move your tokens.
I think I'm so where.
Bass would have I mean, are we dropping people off the side too?
I'm still trying to deal with the first one, so I'm.
Bass would have
still
thrown
where
at
I'm
least the bandit dude off if that was
I'll say in
what the
this
party
moment, if
wanted.
we haven't moved at all, I mean, Corn's still right here.
Okay. And Ryan is still kind of up here checking out this Warforged and Griffin.
If the captain called something out, I would have gotten up and moved to the railing on either side to get a better view.
Okay. He did point towards kind of like this direction. Yeah. Okay. We'll have you just move yourself up here, but you
Perfect.
can move yourself right.
Hey,
Yeah, that's good.
I will say no. If he did say something, I would not all the way over, but probably to right there, just to get a little bit closer, just to be like, oh, what is everybody looking at?
You all kind of take a look. However, Rand, you're the first one to really kind of see.
I don't like that sound.
So do I have a new ability to see sound?
Ren, being the first one to see, you see a large flying creature that seems to have made its way unseen up to your location. And all of you heard this screeching roar that was very close by.
I apologize now. I just wanted to fly in a ship. And I feel like I have doomed us all.
That was thunder, right? That was thunder.
We all
Okay,
wanted to fly in the ship.
Get
out
ready.
of
Like,
character,
how far?
was that something that we've heard before, like same roar, or was that different?
Like when we were on the plains, was like this the similar roar when we were out there, and
In
he
the
was like laying
caravan,
destruction.
pushing everybody.
Yeah.
It sounded familiar for sure. The pitch. The
I'm immediately rope dart out and I'm swinging it and I'm like getting down and getting ready.
What do the rest of you want to do?
I'm fucking trying to. I rolled a 10, so I'm just looking for it still. I'm trying to find what the source of the source of it.
Bass didn't get the memo, and he hasn't been here until just now, so he has no idea what's going on. He's still
Is
got
it
his
gonna
weapons
storm?
out.
You look around, and you just wait.
How far off is it?
It's not very it's pretty close. It seems to have somehow glided its way to your location during the fight, maybe. But none of you were able to hear or see it up until this point. Rand, you notice that this thing, you being the only one with the highest skill, you notice that this thing kind of then flies upwards. And you can see kind of just a almost like a silhouette, just very very quick movements as it flies upward, kind of above the ship in a way.
So do we have basically
I'm sorry, I was looking at a spell. It up in a way, like it's going away, or is it going up as it comes?
Like it's extending up in altitude, and it seems like it's almost getting closer to the ship. At this point, some of you are able to almost see through the clouds that this thing is almost above you all at this point.
So do we basically have an action right now before something more happens?
It's technically not in combat yet, so you can do whatever you feel like you need to do in this moment. At this point, Edison hasn't moved the ship.
False life level 2.
Okay.
As soon as Leaf hears it and sees that Bass isn't reacting, she's like grabbing him and like pushing him back towards the stairs, like, you need to hide now.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d4. It didn't. I don't know why it didn't roll for me. 1d4.
Rand's going to yell out to the captain.
1d4 plus 4, so 5 plus another 5, so 10 temporary hit points. No, wait. What did I say, level 2? Yeah, 10 temporary points.
Like, just shouting out to everybody, like, either hide,
gonna make a
take
fucking
cover,
difference.
or prepare.
You watch as Edison kind of tries to stop the ship, and he opens what looks like this hatch right here. And he said, "If we're hiding, we can go in through here."
Fuck hiding! We gotta get under the cloud cover.
He's like confused.
How high are we above the water?
Hide the ship, man, not us.
Dive!
That was funny. So above water, you guys are at best guess. After that battle, you're maybe before you were probably around 10,000 feet above. You're probably still within that range, maybe between 12 and 8,000 feet, maybe. Probably closer to like 10 to 11,000.
So if we fall, we're done.
Oh, unless you can figure out how to not fall.
I mean, hey, I got slow fall and I got wings, so
I don't think
I'm
either of those
fine.
at 10,000 feet gonna help you because you're gonna be up there for what? It's a minute, right?
well, no, I just got
3
used to the
wings?
last second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a plan if we need to. I just need.
I
this
have a
because-
plan.
Do we talk about that in
It's-
character?
Are we jumping? I thought we were diving. That's
I feel
what
like
I'm wondering.
we're all like panicking right now. Like, what are we gonna do?
At which point, coming out of the cloud cover, as you guys are trying to figure out what to do, you see this very large, up close for the first time in open daylight, this metallic, or this mechanical dragon that is flying just above your ship that comes out of the cloud cover, and it's just
how far away is he?
from you, not just 35 feet, but also probably 50 feet up in the air.
Fuck.
he's just kind of looking all of you. You can see this mechanical constructed dragon that is just
A squared plus
flying.
B squared equals C squared.
That's
Can I start? Can I start climbing the mast? Like, is there a way to climb the mast right now?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Can I go as high as? If I go as high as I can, where's that put me?
You would be about 15 feet up in the air.
So still not close enough. Within 30 feet, he will be still be
Yeah,
too far away.
yeah,
Okay.
he's easily 50 feet above the ship right now. As he just kind of flies, you see these constructed large mechanical wings that glide right next to the ship. You see Edison, for some of you who may see him, he's just shocked, and he's not moving, completely paralyzed at seeing this creature. And this creature just looks across the ship, and then you can see from the tail, its long, just mechanical, warforged-like tail begins to light up a red that begins to slowly make its way in almost like rims, like segments.
Is this not the Godzilla? Godzilla
We saw this
right
before.
now?
We saw this before. It did it. The planes. Duck. Something.
Doug,
Yep.
Cover.
climb
Leaf
down
is
the
like-
mast! Climb
As
down.
soon as it starts lighting up, Leaf is like dragging Bass like as hard as she can, as far away from its mouth as she can get him.
All I've
Okay.
got going in my head is just the. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
climb down and get as close to the crystal right here as I can. Like, just try to dive underneath it if I can.
I wanna
Okay.
shoot
If I can't, obviously I don't think I'll make it there, but like I'm just gonna dive at the last second as far as I can go.
Okay.
I want to shoot it.
You want to shoot it? Go for it.
I want to shoot it.
It's just.
You are at the ballista right now.
Yeah.
Shoot it
Just
in the
what I wanna
mouth.
do.
You take a moment to load a quick bolt as you see this red begin to segment up the body of this dragon. Some of you, this may be the first dragon you've ever seen as it just glides next to you. Go ahead and, so to make an attack with the ballista, it's a d20 plus 6.
If I'm dragging him, that's
No.
half my movement,
13.
right?
Yes.
There's no way that hits.
You
It's a
watch
big
as
creature.
you watch as you all like quiet, just hearing the dragon's movement. You hear a ballista fire, a quick snapping effect, and you watch Ran as this bolt fires, and it just bounces off the armor. You watch as this red segment continues almost to its full. What is everybody doing?
It's still too high up. I can't get.
We're still. It's still in the same spot that you said it was.
Yeah, it's
hasn't
gliding
gotten-
kind
It
of.
hasn't gotten any closer.
No, it's about. I mean, it's 50 feet high and about 10 feet away from the ship. 10, 15 feet away.
Okay, that's okay. Hold on, I have to do math.
You're good.
You're good at math. You got this.
By my calculations, if I
Also,
move my full 30 feet, I think he's in range.
For what?
I'm of 60 feet.
Are you gonna do what I was thinking I was gonna do?
I'm casting banish.
That's what I was gonna think about doing.
I don't.
I'm casting banish.
okay.
It's literally the only thing I can do in this moment.
Damn it! Why don't I have polymorph?
Okay. Go for it. How does banish work? Oh,
Charisma
banishment.
saving throw.
Charisma save 17.
He's got to have a fucking legendary resistance.
At least get him to burn through it.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Just.
You watch as you attempt to cast banishment, and you feel your spell begin to work, and you almost see as this portal begins to shimmer and open wide for this creature, and then immediately shuts close. Uses a legendary action to avoid the spell.
Yeah, I figured this thing had legendary resistances.
Yeah, it's got to.
Go
But
good.
it burned through it though, so they don't get. It doesn't get those back. I don't think.
Really think we're fighting it right now?
What? Do you see it?
I yelled dive.
We
have
are
it
a
dive.
snack.
So this is where we die.
At this point, the segments fill all the way up through the throat of the dragon.
Frederick is running towards the edge of the ship and is getting ready to jump.
You watch. You hear it.
Does it look like a spell?
It roars loud, and you watch the red segments decrease. Nothing comes out. It just looks at all of you. It roars at you. You see the eyes stay almost like this red.
Frederick is like halfway off the side and he like sees nothing happened.
I'm gonna cast sending
Okay.
to it,
What are you saying?
and I'm just gonna yell into its brain. What do you want? I believe I could put it in chat, but I'm pretty sure it should be able to.
Can you
understand
use
what I'm saying.
message?
I'll have you guys.
I could,
I'll have
but I want to make sure it was in its brain. And I
I've-
did say sending by accident, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Rand, Leaf, Bass, and Corin being in the middle of the ship. I want you to make perception checks.
Are you?
Come on, you piece of shit. Nice. With my 0. Fuck you.
Bass knows what's going on. He's never seen this thing before, but he knows.
Bass, as you watch as this thing opens its mouth wide, as if it was about to spew some sort of like flame or some sort of breath type weapon, it holds it back. And in the moment where you were sitting there waiting, watching, you see that like inside there was this very like almost like a bright, gleaming green light that was kind of inside of the mouth that you're able to see deep down inside. You're not sure what it was, but it definitely didn't resemble the red segmented colors that was crawling up the dragon. At this point now, it's still gliding next to you, but its color is going down. It's looking at all of you, like analyzing each and every one of you as it glides next to the ship. It knows it's been attacked, yet has not done anything to harm you yet. It takes a few more moments to glide next to the ship before it glides left, away from the ship. Begins to descend. You watch as it seems to begin flying away.
You good there, bud?
No response back from the sending, I'm guessing.
No response.
Just
Yo,
literally
that thing had a firefly in his throat.
Frederick runs up to the
What?
edge, just screams out, "Coward!"
You can
Put
all
up-
see
Push
off
Frederick
in
over the
the
edge.
distance that this dragon is flying itself kind of in a wide curve around, making itself flying its way back to Blackstone. Off in the distance, you can see the small castle. It looks small from where you're at. And you can just see Edison, who's like holding onto the wheel, but you can see the wheel's like shaking because he's nervous, and even him and Verona don't speak a word in this moment.
Get us the fuck out of here.
We're not going to be able to hide.
That's all for
They know
tonight's
we're
session.
here.
Looks like I just
Oh.
came in for the best part. Right there at the end.
Rand's immediately going to go to sleep for the next 8 hours.
Can we get on like solid ground first before we all take a long rest?
Oh my god, that was scary. That was scary.
Do you mind? Can you pull up the map for the region?
Yes.
Where are we?
We're in the middle of the water right now, I think. Like, I
Okay.
think we're here, are we?
North, yeah.
So you guys
Here,
are
maybe.
about right here-ish.
Holy sh! And we had to go all the way down here?
You were making your way kind of this direction here. Your goal is basically from here. You are wanting to make your way kind of this way and then kind of cut back down south from here. And kind of the idea was that they wanted to land somewhere in this region. Southeast of Grest, kind of in this region somewhere.
Between Icladon and Grest.
Yeah, originally what you were told was that you're just going to go straight to Icladon. However, they made it a bit more complicated, it seems, because they believed it was safer to go northeast around Blackstone and then come south and land kind of in this region. And that's kind of what you've been told.
Bless you.
Stupid question.
Not stupid.
Is it reasonable as a human at a distance that we would? I'm trying to figure out. Would they be able to see us from Blackstone? I know we can see Blackstone, but seeing a castle on the ground is very different than a speck in the sky.
That's true. You're not sure unless you think that maybe it's possible because you can see the castle, but you also don't know what capabilities maybe Blackstone has to see the
We've
ship.
either been betrayed or they have magical means to they're scrying on us or something like that.
How convenient those griffins were coming around right then.
Awesome session tonight. I'm glad that it worked out and everybody was able to play.
Yes. It was very good.
Jersey, go to bed.
Yep.
I same. Have to be up for 5 hours or so.
Yeah, same. Thanks a lot again, guys. Hopefully in 2 weeks.
Yes, we'll try to plan for the next in 2 weeks.
Okay. Woo.
Cool.
I should have no schedule conflict.
As far as I know right now, I don't.
All
right, y'all.
Good deal.
Y'all take care. Have a good night.
Hasta la pasta.
Bye.
See y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
I guess last few things is if you're on YouTube and you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe because it helps me out and it helps the Unbroken. So make sure to do that. And join our Discord. If you are watching here on Twitch, there's my link. If you're not already in there, come and be a part of the community. And if you're on YouTube, I'll leave a link in the description. Come and join our Discord. It's so much fun. We talk about our D&D stuff throughout the week and just normal D&D stuff. And it's so much fun. So, again, thank you so much. I love all of you. Have a sweet... I was about to say have sweet dreams, but have a sweet dreams. That's not really right. But have a good night and have sweet dreams. I love all of you. Take care. I'll see you next time. Peace!